State policing. This is one phrase that has been a subject of discussion on the streets, in the parliament, even among civil society organizations. Series of security challenges in recent times have necessitated the calls for the National Assembly to enact a law that would allow states to manage their security without interference from the center. This is the reason for this national dialogue. Represented by the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Ben Okolo, the IGP fired the first salvo when he told the audience that Nigeria is not ripe for state policing. Egbetokun also advised that the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, and the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, be merged as a department under the police force.
On the issue of state police, it is the submission of the leadership of the Nigerian police force that Nigeria is yet to mature and ready for the establishment of state-controlled police. This is due to the underlying reasons. There are potential for abuse of power by state political leadership. State governors could use police forces under their control for political or personal gain and undermine human rights and security.
But this position is in sharp contrast with that of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who was more direct when he said the country should be thinking of how to operate state police effectively now and not debating on whether Nigeria needs it or not. Same views were shared by former military head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar.
The issue is not states having police, but how will the state police function vis-a-vis the national security architecture? When I set up the 2014 National Dialogue, within that period, we have a lot of challenges in the country. People were agitating so many areas. But when we set up that dialogue, one thing that the whole almost 500 delegates agreed without much ado was the issue of state police.
It is absolutely necessary the politicians, as much as possible, should avoid exerting influence on the ways the police is going to operate.
Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barau, and Speaker, House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, asked participants and discussants to share their opinions objectively in the interest of the nation, as recommendations from the national dialogue will be taken seriously by the National Assembly.
Let us seize this opportunity with open hearts and open minds. Let us listen to one another, learn from one another, and work together to find common ground.
In discussions as significant as this, it is imperative that we approach each debate with objectivity and neutrality. We must acknowledge our biases and set them aside in favor of what is most beneficial to our dear country.
This government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, is acutely aware of the complex security issues that our country faces. As such, we are continually developing and refining our strategies and methods to address these challenges effectively. Today's dialogue is critical to these efforts, providing a platform for robust discussion and innovative thinking regarding the decentralization and reform of our policing structure. The President deserves commendation for his openness and proactive stance towards the idea of reforming and decentralizing the police force. His Excellency, Mr. President, firmly believes that the path to effective security is through adaptive reforms catering to our diverse nation's unique needs and circumstances. This can only be achieved by carefully reviewing various models and options best suited to Nigeria's context. This thoughtful and inclusive approach will guide us towards a policing system that is both effective and respectful of the rights and dignity of all citizens.
The dialogue had several resource persons and stakeholders, which included the Sultan of Sokoto, Ooni of Ife, religious leaders, representatives of the diplomatic community, and civil society organizations.